Zolgats hit the floor. Let the Zolgats hit the floor. Let the Zolgats hit the It's really playing games. The Extinction Curse. I'm the GM Graham, and joining me today are Sarah's Petra the Tiefling Magus.
Hey, I do not have as much energy as Graham does.
Brian is Faith the Tiefling Monk.
Yeah, hi.
Garrett is Fabian the Catfolk Rogue.
Hello, hello.
Ross is Warshiz the Lizard Folk Swashbuckler.
Hello.
The Ross is Marion the Half-Elf Oracle.
I don't think I've ever had as much energy as Graham has right now.
Graham has more energy than my lightning spells.
Yeah! Because it's so exciting that you're approaching the summit of Erran Tower, which consequently brings a close closing to the end of the first book of our adventure. You're getting close, oh so tantalizingly close, because you have fought and fought and fought some more your way through this mud brick stone tower, this ancient structure with this light hovering overhead, trying to find out what's going on with this dying energy from a lost dead god. And going through this, you managed to rest one day after slaughtering a bunch of Zolgaths, came up here, found some invisible creatures behind this rune circle, and decided better just leave this alone because it really hurts. But upon leaving, encountered the second gelatinous cube, such a nefarious dungeon. It has 2 gelatinous cubes in it. Fought and
Too many cubes.
Too many cubes. Too many cubes. And then decided to go over and fight just a whole mess of Zolgaths that were kind of waiting, ready for you, coming out with spears and claws and whatnot. Orishus did fall during the combat, but got risen back up again by Marion's healing. And now you find yourselves kind of gathered around what must have been their hearth, this fire going. It's an enclosed space. There are no windows, so it's smoky and blackened in the top here, but they didn't seem to care. The sleeping straws littered all around you, some now with viscera and whatnot. Those of you closest to the fire, especially Faith and Oarshus, can spot to the east. You can peer into this room and see a spiral staircase going up and up and up. Meanwhile, Fabian, you can see down another hallway to the south here. There's another set of stacked stones. It appears to be somewhat of like a passageway to the south and then one to the east there. A minute or two after the battle subsides with these Zolgaths, there is another low rumbling peal of thunder from somewhere nearby. Overhead, around you, kind of almost sourceless and sometimes just... But in addition to this sound coming like it did before or yesterday when you started exploring this tower, something else happens, peculiar, as it begins to rain inside the tower.
Isn't this what Horatio does?
I didn't do that.
And it starts to rain, no clouds you can see, but just these droplets of water falling from the ceiling, and they begin to gather rapidly into a swirling muck water, now infused with the bile and blood of the Zolgaths. It quickly goes about putting out the fires around you that was lit in this big hallway, or this big, campfire that you were gathered around. And the fires go out, and you also see that the ground around you is mucky, awful. It becomes this like sludge almost, so everything around you currently is difficult terrain, as the water just makes it hard to maneuver in here as it starts to rain inside the tower.
I'm gonna make a beeline for the stairs.
Okay.
I think we should see what's here.
I disagree.
Like how?
Really? You don't feel like something coming up behind us would not be a problem?
I mean, it'll probably drown.
Is it? How fast is this water? Or like, how is it? Just like?
It is not. It gets up to about 4 or 5 inches or so. and doesn't seem to rise much more past that. It seems that it's draining out to the point. There's enough rain that it keeps this amount of water in there, but it's not getting to the point. It's draining enough so it doesn't fill up suddenly. So it's difficult terrain, slushing water, splash, splash, but it's not like rising up past your knees or anything like that. Faith, as you peer into this room with the staircase, an enormous spiral staircase leads up from the east end of this room. Near the doorway, a large, jagged iron ring, apparently the top half of a cauldron, hangs from a frame of wood and bones next to a large stone hammer. As you see what appears to be a gong over in this corner.
Oh, I thought it was a hoverboard.
And if
Shoot,
the
not
water's
this
not
time.
rising, can we get some healing to me and Petra?
Oh, and maybe me too.
And I can't see, I assume. Yes, also Fabian.
Yeah, I'm hurting.
How gross is the water on this side compared to the water on that side?
In the where the gong is, it's a little bit less gross in that room over there toward the east, just because most of the Zolgath bodies are accumulating where they fell, kind of floating around a little bit.
Gross. I'm going to come in here a little bit, and I'm going to say we need a more sterile environment, but you guys can be healed here. Because it smells better over there, I need to readjust your smells.
It's pretty stinky all around.
Okay.
I'm going for the miasma theory.
There you go.
Let's see how relaxed I am. I guess this is for
What the
Arashik
gong is
first.
for?
Ooh, I succeeded. That's good. So gain 12 hit points.
Who?
Arashik, you were the first one to
Okay.
stand up.
12. Well,
I will do Petra next because she's more injured. Aha! She gains 14 hit points,
Hey. Woohoo.
and then Fabian.
Oh,
Well, it's positive.
it's something.
Something.
5 whole hit points.
I will take it.
I'm getting much better at my rolls though. I should start rolling the DC 20. one.
checks. Yeah. Do we do another round? Is there a reason not to? The water's still not rising, right? It's still just staying
Nope,
here.
after this half hour or so that you kind of stay here, you're getting soaked. You are damp through as the rain just keeps pouring inside the tower. But other than that, it stays around kind of ankles. Gets to about 6 inches or so.
Is there like a personal rain cloud, like personal sun cloud? Personal umbrella. There we go.
There
Personal
might be
umbrella
that,
spell.
but I don't know it. While
Ensor's disc.
she is doing that, can I cast Read Aura
Mhm.
first on... Well, I guess I want to do Detect Magic in the area.
Okay.
Just sort of here.
No, the detect magic really doesn't ping out anything in the immediate vicinity.
Can I use Read Aura on the ceiling?
Okay. You attempt to read the aura, but it's inscrutable. Doesn't seem like there's anything that you can tell about what's going on in the ceiling. I mean, obviously, this is some sort of magic, but
It is, yeah, obviously magic. It's raining.
pretty
inside.
confident about that. But in trying to look around and see, what the source of it might be or identify like anything about it, you can't. It's not magic around you somehow.
We were told that this tower has control over weather. Could it be that these Zolgaths, or whatever they're in league with, is starting to mess with the tower's magical abilities? Trying to manipulate
Be-
weather?
They could be generally malfunctioning. I mean, we've heard of plenty of the mayor. The mayor? Or
Maya
was it?
Jayaba.
I can't remember if it was the mayor or
Harlock Hamdale seemed to
Hermit or
know
Harlock.
the
yeah,
most about
yeah, it
the
was
tower.
Harlock who thought that it might have something to do with the failing of the crops and all the other. Well, I imagine if this rain is supposed to go outside and instead it comes in here, that might cause problems. We
Can we
do
do?
we do know that there is a drought.
Oh. Can we do one more round of healing?
Yeah, I am
Yes.
about half hit points.
I was waiting for the rest of the half hour to pass before I did it. I will start with Fabian this time.
Okay.
Sorry, Fabian.
Oh, I feel like that
set.
always happens to Fabian.
7
Okay.
points of damage.
Well,
Oh no.
Goodness.
okay.
I'll try. I just don't like the rain. I'll try Petra next. Haha. Succeeded that time.
11.
Okay. I am pretty much almost full, so.
And I can top off Rashik.
I'll take that roll.
Just the sad cat clown remains injured. So about an hour passes of just trying to treat wounds in the rain. Fabian probably does like a comic slip into the water, and that's why the treating wounds doesn't go so well. But toward the end of that hour or so, the rain begins to subside and slowly dry up. And now it is just this kind of drip from the stairs one little bit. The water remains somewhat, but is slowly receding after the rains begin to stop.
And we disassemble this gong.
Probably. It seems pretty makeshift. It is the top half of a cauldron that's kind of been shorn off, rusted at the edges, so there's kind of like spiky bit to it. And then there's a wood and bone frame and a large stone hammer. Obviously not weighted for a weapon in any means, but it appears to be a gong. Hit the hammer against the top of the cauldron and makes this metallic sound. But it's not terribly well made.
Yeah, let's take the cauldron and like shove it over here. I guess it's a metal cauldron, I assume it'd have to be.
Yep.
If the fire is still hot, let's put it on the fire.
The fire is out. The rain put out the fire
Okay,
completely.
so it lost all its heat. Oh well, we can just like put it under a straw mat or something, make some vague attempt to hide it, and then just take the stone hammer with us.
Sure. If you guys want to spend 10 minutes or so disassembling this gong per Ratio's instructions and removing the hammer.
During those 10 minutes,
Ciao.
there could be another Fabian heal attempt.
If you want.
Uh,
What's the worst that could happen?
okay.
Well, first I'm gonna very carefully dry my hands. I'm gonna concentrate. I'm gonna try really hard to figure out this time.
Hey,
Aha!
there you go.
Oh, that's much better.
I mean, I
16
might
hit
have
points.
I might have knocked you out first.
Oh, he's good. He's
yeah,
got
no,
17.
we're okay.
16 hit points.
does that bring you up to above half?
You did good.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
If anyone wants to keep the hammer, it is light bulk and worth 1 silver piece.
Is it just a hammer?
It is just a hammer.
I don't need a hammer.
If anyone needs a
Is
hammer.
it like
Could you use it in crafting?
like a claw hammer or a
Nope.
mallet hammer
Nope. Or, I mean,
or a
a
Ball
rock.
peen?
throwing hammer?
No.
No.
It is not weighted in any way to be a weapon. It is a piece of rock on a bone.
So it's a pretty crappy hammer.
It's
Yes.
just a regular
It's
ass
a, it's a,
hammer. Under
like
the
a hammer.
adventuring gear category in the equipment section.
The point is just to take it away from anyone who
Right.
comes up behind us, so they can't ring the gong.
So these stairs go up, I assume?
They do indeed. They go up from this point in the spiral, kind of peeking up. It's stone stairs. You can't really see up how far, but they do go up.
I think whenever people are ready to go, we should be quiet. I think as we've been doing.
Are we all gonna be quiet?
I don't know. That's up to others. I can't control other people. I would like
Trust
to
me,
recommend.
Me trying to be quiet is sort of a liability.
I mean, we're only as quiet as the noisiest person,
Mm,
and nobody good enough to tell the other people to shut up. So
I'm still gonna try to be quiet.
I'm
Now
gonna
that
be quiet too.
Yeah, I'm
now
gonna be
that the
trying
rain
to quiet.
has stopped, I flipped through my journal a bit. I think we've run through the extent of what Hamdeal told us. The last thing he told us about were the ruins out there. So, prepare for anything.
Alrighty. As you...
I will detect magic.
Sure, you begin to detect magic. As you ascend these stairs, you can go about 2 abreast in this 10-foot wide passageway going up. So who goes up first?
Me.
All right. Oh, Arshus.
I can see in the dark. I should go up as well and look for traps on the way up. We're getting to the summit.
Okay.
I'll go in the second rank.
I'll also go in the second rank,
Okay.
which I guess is right here.
I guess I'll go in the third.
And Baron will be in the 6th rank. He's gonna stay way behind.
Okay. So, you all begin to ascend these stairs, going up and up and up, quietly as you can, as sneakily as you can. Some of you detecting magic, some of you trying to determine what might be lying in store for you. You head up for a long time. The stairs keep ascending, going up and up and up and up and up. I would like everyone to make an athletics check for me.
I'm just like, this is not possible, right? That's what
Is anybody an expert?
Yes, I am an expert.
I'm not an expert, but I'm fairly good.
I am expert in athletics.
All right, so that means you're giving people a +2 bonus to stuff this check
Oh.
if they're
Whoops,
untrained.
I didn't add that.
That's all right.
If they're
You're good on
untrained.
Oh,
Which
they're
Which I guess
untrained.
most everybody else is untrained enough. I don't know. Maybe.
I am trained.
I'm trained.
I'm trained, so I don't get it anyway.
that. Oof.
That was almost a critical failure.
Okay. So the Calder brothers, that's with the expert guidance of Orarshus.
Mine includes a +2.
Oh no.
I'm like trying to make sure that they're not like slipping, but in the process, I'm just like
Having to help the Calder brothers up. It's just like it is an exhausting process, but not exhausting, but rather fatiguing. Oarshus, Marion, and Horatio, you are fatigued from the ascent. It is.
Hold on. Are we following the expert?
Yes.
You are.
Okay, so it's not just a +2, it's our level +2. Basically, as long as we're following him, we get treated as
Oh.
trained.
Oh, this is true. So it would be +6 overall. So an additional +4 to what you rolled, yeah.
Well, for me, it's a +6. I didn't add anything.
Okay. In that case,
it's just me.
it's just Oarshus. Yeah.
Just the
13.
expert.
Just the expert.
13 just fails. You sacrifice for the team. You are the stage manager. You are trying to make sure everybody gets where they need to go, and well. But in doing so, it is at it's your own expense. You are fatigued. So you're kind of having a tough time of it, Oarshus, but you do manage to ascend here. As you are going up, Let's see here. Just want to mark that real quick. Water dripping from the stairs, long ascent. Marion, that voice comes back again. It's urgent almost, calling to you. This old man's voice yelling out, Marion, closer. Quickly. Hurry.
Alright, shut up.
Marion! You manage to quiet the voice for a second, and as you can see daylight up ahead in the top of the tower. The staircase finally opens up to the summit of Erran Tower. As you come up to the summit of Erran Tower, a sun-shaped platform of marble rises 10 feet above the flat mud-brick summit of the Erran Tower. 4 large columns support another marble slab over the circular staircase in the center of the tower summit, but there are no walls, so the open-air platform provides a commanding view of the Isle of Erran, the Inner Sea, and the Isle of Kortos to the south. A blazing ball of light 3 feet in diameter swings around the tower's summit in a lazy circle, never approaching closer than within 40 feet of the tower, causing shadows to spin across the marble. The orb provides bright light but no heat. Instead, a soothing feeling of growth and life emanates from it. On the platform, a small heap of ripped nets, broken poles, and other debris is surrounded by several charcoal marks of geometric shapes. Coming out here in the morning sun, it's early in the day, you realize, and there's a bit of water coming down from a marble ceiling above you, but it's not raining outside. You spot the different debris and things littered around here. It's not really difficult terrain. It's just kind of present in various parts here. You can see the ledge here. The 4 columns standing there, each one about 15 foot tall, and there's a 70-foot diameter marble slab as a roof over where you all are. But the sides that you see around here, around the borders, are open. They just are open air, no guardrails, no nothing, no walls. It's just open to the open air.
Death.
Yeah. 200 feet up or so is what you kind of guess. You see 2 figures up here. One is a winged dinosaur over on one corner, perched, that looks up at you with this huge menacing beak and looks in your direction. You see it kind of nursing one wing and kind of getting a little agitated. And you see between that creature and you is an imposing Zolgath, one who happens to look a little bit like this.
Oh, okay, Big Daddy.
Fancy hammer.
Yes, you
flaming?
see, there is a glowing hammer. A wicked, this one definitely designed to be a weapon. Beside this Zolgath, who's turned away from you, but then turns back as you ascend the stairs. Those of you being sneaky, helps a little bit with your sneaking, but not the entire group's. This Zolgath looks to you. He's kind of just seething, the snarl on his face. He holds up the hammer, glowing, pointing it to Owarshisk, the first one to see coming up the stairs. Why have you come?
I'm
From
gonna
the
nudge
back, Marion
Dave
yells,
in.
We're here to stop you."
You can leave if you want.
You try to stop the will of Zeb. No. Kavnakash will end you, and then end Orb. The dinosaur behind him screaming, scraying out in the air of the morning as the sun shines behind him in the west, and Kavnakash's hammer glows bright with dark, writhing energy, ready to destroy the interlopers who interrupt him. I would like everyone to go ahead and roll initiative. Those of you who are sneaking, feel free to use stealth.
So it says while I'm fatigued, I can't use actions while traveling. Does that count as traveling?
Yeah, the avoid notice is an exploration activity, so you'll have to roll perception on yours.
Yeah. Okay, I thought so.
It looks like Petra needs to be put into the turn order.
Yeah, I'll get that in a sec.
Apparently, if you click your token on one computer and roll your initiative on the other, it doesn't.
Whoops.
That would make sense. The one flaw in your strategy.
Yep. But I got a natural 20, so...
Hey-oh.
Maybe I should roll on my early computer.
All right. It seems this Zolgath, Kavnakash, is ready
Oh,
to destroy
god
you.
damn it.
Just a little bit quicker, using his full menace to come toward you. So, much like the other Zolgaths, he stinks real bad. So he's going to do something just horrible. Yeah. He's going to move toward you. As far as the stairs go, this is the top of the landing here. So it goes up and around and then over there. So you can't really cross this border unless you try to jump up or something. So Kavnakash will come forward.
Fatigue makes me so uncomfortable.
To there. And then he is going to unleash a cry of destruction. He comes forward, and then with a brutal yell, his words echoing with destructive energy. In a 15-foot cone. So I believe... I'm going to look up the template for this just because it matters now who gets hit by this.
I think you can only hit at most 3 people with it. Or...
And from where he is, there's kind of a wall, too.
Well...
I mean, if it's a cone...
It is a cone.
Is a cone 135?
It would be 133 because it's
Yeah.
the same width across at its widest as it's long.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to look up, is the, template for it, but I cannot find that. So, yeah, I'm gonna say it's, it's a fucking boss battle. It's tough stuff. That is going to affect everyone except for Marion. So I'm going to need.
I mean, how far down is Horatio from where he is, though? Because they're down the stairs, so that's lower level.
It might offer some cover.
That's a good point. I'll give Horatio cover on this. However, yeah, it's fine. You can add to it. It's a fortitude saving throw for all of you, though.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to help.
Okay. Roll a 15. Maybe you succeed, even if you're a wizard. Yeah. I like all those twos.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
are.
Two-
I don't know if it's
two
enough,
something.
Fortitude.
20
Or it's
something.
20,
21.
Wow.
Is it 21?
I think Sergeant Austin plus 2. 'cause he's
Oarshisk,
behind Horatio.
Fabian, and Petra all fail.
I figured.
Oh.
I figured that was going to be the case. Because it's a
but-
21, isn't it?
Captain Nakash rolled absolute dog shit on his damage, so it is only 7 points of sonic damage to Petra, Fabian, and Oarshisk, and then 3 points of sonic damage to Faith and Horatio. And then that'll be his turn. So Petra, after he comes and just yells at you real loud, what do you do?
I'm not very
Cool.
happy about this.
Is going up the stairs.
Difficult terrain. Yeah, it would be in this case. It's a steep staircase, so.
Okay. So I'm gonna do put my Magus potency on my sword.
All right.
Or
Sword
I
blows.
guess start that. If I had the potency crystal already affixed to my sword, and I activate that, does that stack? Would it be a +2?
The potency crystal.
So I put that on my sword like 2
Right.
turns ago. I haven't used it yet.
Yeah.
So she has to make a fortitude save, doesn't she?
You in the stank, so yeah.
Before?
At the start of your turn, yeah. 20 is not
Well,
enough.
I didn't make it yet.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
her other roll.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
It's probably
Oh,
gonna be
goodness, though.
20
Less.
is, yeah, 20 is not enough, but 22 is enough. So you two just managed to hold off the stink to you. I think it stacks because potency crystal is an item bonus, and the shoot some magic.
Yeah, it just says free action.
Let's see here.
It does a +1 to the attack roll and increases the damage on a hit to 2 weapon damage dice.
Mm-hmm. So you do an extra D8, I believe, of thing.
Okay, so
Magus Potency... no, Magus Potency is also a +1 item bonus. They do not stack. But the extra damage from the Potency Crystal would still go into effect.
So I'm just gonna use then, instead of doing, well,
The Potency Crystal is just a one and done, and versus the Magus Potency lasts for a minute.
well, I'm just gonna do, I will do, there's not really a point in doing both, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do them both now because I just want I don't want to have to do it on a later turn, so. And I want the extra damage. So
Alright.
I'm gonna do that, and
Sword
then
blows.
I am going to step over here.
Alright, that'll be 20 feet of movement, but you can get there.
And I'm gonna attack.
Alright, step forward to Captain Cash.
I always regret doing this, but I'm doing it anyway.
Alright.
Like that. Okay.
If you
So-
want to use the potency crystal, you have to say so before you make the attack roll.
I did, yeah.
You are going to use the potency crystal.
Yeah.
Okay. The crystal glows on your sword.
And so that would add how do I add the extra damage?
I think if you hit, you'll roll an extra d8 of damage, I believe.
Okay.
So it's d8, yeah. 21. Does that include the +1? It does.
Mm-hmm.
He holds up the mighty hammer he has and parries aside the sword blow, sending it flying off in the direction. The magic from the potency crystal evaporates from it as it does not strike Kavna Kash. Then on to Horatio. Make a fortitude save for me. You in the stank.
I don't know why I even bothered removing that -1 penalty at the start of the session. 13, I fail.
Stank!
Let me go put that penalty back in.
Yep. Second one.
So if I... Actually not great to go first because all my... I burned my blur in the last second before last fight. So I can't cast that. If I do Protective Ward, that eats actions, and then I'll have to move forward to really do anything with it.
You could delay, right?
It sucks to roll high and then go,
I don't
I
want
want
it.
to not roll high. People move, I could maybe position. Oh, you know what? I've got a spell for this when I'm indecisive. That spell, especially particularly at the beginning, that spell is Magic Missile. Whoops. Do the first one.
Alright, you just kind of look up over the stairs as he breathes down on him and send the cascade 3, 4, 4. So 11 points of damage to him as the force damage strikes into him multiple times. Just seems to get real angry at you. Alright, so that was Horatio. Fabian, make a fortitude save for me. No, you stink. Second one.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm going to move here, and then I am going to... Well, let me add the sickness to my attack rolls, as sad as that makes me. And then I am going to... Where's that in my inventory? I want to try to use this, and I'm going to try and smack him.
Ooh, alright. You enter the beat, you deal extra 1d4 in precision. And if you deal sneak attack damage, you also deal 1d4 persistent bleed damage. Alright, the Bloodseeker beak you gathered downstairs.
Okay,
Activates in your rapier.
here I try.
Ooh, 26 flat-footed AC. That will hit. So roll sneak attack, an additional 1d4, and then he is now bleeding.
That's my additional 1d4. Let me roll my sneak attack for you. Oh, I'm blanking. What's my sneak attack? It's 1d6?
D6, yeah.
Yep.
So 9 plus 6, 15 points of damage as you quickly dart behind Kavnakash and skewer, activating the beak. The beak burns up and kind of darts into him with a spike. see it go into Kavnakash's back. He's trying to reach for it, but it burrows deep and begins bleeding a horrible, wicked wound. You have one more action, I think.
Oh,
That was
nice.
a move and attack. And the Bloodseeker Beak doesn't take it's a free action, so.
Oh, lovely. Then let's
some more.
just do a second attack.
And 18 will not hit his flat-footed AC. You go for it again, and he kind of sees what you're doing and smacks the rapier out of the way with his hand.
That's okay.
All right, on to Faith. Make a Fortitude save.
I fail.
Ooh, that's a critical failure. So not only are you sickened 1, you take a minus 5 foot
wait,
step.
That's fine.
My hero point it?
Nah.
Nah. All right. You are sickened 1, and then you take a minus 5 foot penalty to your speed for a round. So you are so sick by the stench that you are slowed.
Still not as bad as losing an action every round.
Not slowed the condition, but slow.
So that's 10,
A little slower.
20, 25.
But you're a monk, so not that bad.
Now he's like normal people.
35. So yeah, I can get to here. That's my move.
Okay.
I'm gonna punch him.
All right. Go to punch.
-1? Can I put in the -1?
Yep.
Find out. Does the second do damage? No, it doesn't, right?
Sickened is all checks, but damage isn't a check. So, yeah. 17 will miss. Hits the armor that he's wearing.
Try again. Ha!
Ooh, that's a crit.
It's a crit hit. So
Yeah, it does.
a whopping 6 points of damage.
6 whole points of bludgeoning damage. You do manage to just punch him right in the solar plexus.
And I did hit him with my flurry, so he has to make a fort save. Speaking of
Alright.
losing actions.
And
And I'm going to use my third action to retch. So make another save.
yes, so while within the aura of the stink, you take a -2 penalty to your save against the sickened condition. So you can make it, just it's a -2 penalty.
Okay.
And plus the -1 from the sickened condition itself.
Oh, fuck. Oh, that'd be 22.
But that's a 22,
Yeah, I put in the -2, but I didn't put in the -1.
which does still save. So you do manage to retch and lose the sickened condition.
Okay.
Blah!
And I want to retch on him.
Sure. All right.
Exactly.
So you kind of like punch on him. He takes it. He does critically succeed the Fortitude saving throw, but he gets a little bit of puke on him. So he's not happy about that. That's Faith. O.R. Shisk. You
I mean,
hold
compared
your
to
breath
the
forever.
only damage that Fabian did, he's probably not going to be that mad at me.
Yep. But
Is this the space here?
it is, but it's kind of like half the
squeezing
space.
or
You probably have to
something?
balance on that space.
Which
Is
is
it
an action.
panache?
It's an action to balance on there.
No,
So
balancing is
I don't
not
know if you
an
can.
Oh, you got it before.
That's because I like ran along a fence or whatever. But like just balancing it, and it's in and of itself doesn't give panache.
I don't know.
It just being creative gives panache.
Yeah, so the action to move into that would be the balance action.
Oh,
So,
okay, because you
yeah.
move. Because if I succeed at bound, I think it's if I
Yeah,
succeed
if you critical succeed, it's you move up to your speed, so you can just move there regularly.
Which I assume is an acrobatics check to balance,
But
right?
it is. You are fatigued though, so that's taking the -1
Only to saving.
AC and saving throws. So yeah, no, that's all it is. I thought fatigued was worse. Never mind.
I mean, it's not great, but
All right, but
um,
ooh,
Well.
critical success. I'll say that gives you some fucking panache. You're like going and seeing there's not a lot of space around him, but managed to just barely balance there. The tail kind of way out for balance. So Arshis makes it to there with a critical success in the balance.
We're gonna try the classic trip. To get him on the ground.
Ground.
So you trippy trip.
Athletics.
Ooh, no. That's against the reflex DC?
Trip is attempt athletics against reflex.
So that is a failure.
I'm gonna try it again. So
Okay.
it's a minus.
Takes the minus 5. Yeah.
And I fall.
A 10 is a critical failure on the
Oh my gosh.
on the trip attempt. Unfortunately, you fall prone.
I'm balancing. How does that work?
Balancing.
You have to roll to see what you're facing is when you fall.
We're gonna implement some BattleTech rules suddenly here. Let's see here. You fall.
Well, to me, balancing implies that you're actively trying to ensure that you stay on, right? Something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe not. Because it only takes an action. It's not like a sustained thing.
Kind of narrow. I'm gonna roll for it. Let's see if you fall down or not. Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, you're falling off. So you can attempt, however, to grab the ledge, the lip of the, overhang of the stairwell there, if you'd like to.
I'm going to attempt to do that. How do I... Is it reflex save?
Yes. So grab an edge. It's a reaction.
And the DC is to whatever the DC would be to climb.
Yeah. Grab an edge. It's a reflex save.
There's a feat you can take that can make it like an acrobatics check, but what character is good at acrobatics but bad at reflex saves?
Huh. Don't know.
Sure, there's one somewhere, but
Yes, just a reflex save, Oarshis.
Or
Or.
I have that feat, and not just because I'm fatigued, but my acrobatics is better than my...
because you're fatigued now. Like, if you're taking...
It's my athletics.
Oh, shit.
Yes, because I'm fatigued, my athletics is now better than my reflex save.
Wow. What a niche use. Amazing. Yeah, so you can do the
I'm
athletics.
still gonna
roll.
critically fail this, but that's fine.
You might get it. 23? Fuck yeah, you succeed.
And when I grab an edge, I pull myself onto the surface and stand.
Holy shit! Oh my god!
I did the little
super
Star Wars
panache.
maneuver.
You just kind of fall over. They think you're going over, and you just whoosh, right back up there. You can't knock Oarshis down. Shit. That's cool. If you didn't have panache before, you would super have panache now.
That's my turn, just doing nothing, but
But looking really cool doing it. Marion comes onto you. Make a fortitude save.
Let's see. With a 9? Oh no.
Critical failure. That's sickened 1 and minus 5 foot to speed for this round. Because it's
Great.
so incredibly stinky.
And these stairs are difficult terrain, right?
Indeed they are. So from down where you are, yeah, if you get up to there, you can see them fine.
Yeah. And now I'm going to cast a little spiritual weapon.
Ooh. Spiritual weapon
Oh.
appears. Ooh. Ah.
What is
It's my ghost arrows.
All right.
ghost arrows, right?
Ghost arrows come up and fling toward Kavnakash, piercing him through for 8 points of piercing or force, your choice.
Force.
Force damage, force arrows. He
That's my turn.
takes the forced arrows and does not like it at all. All right. So the pteranodon back here. Y'all forget about the dinosaur?
You know,
No,
We're just not scared of it yet.
I certainly did not forget about the dinosaur.
I'm certainly not about to jump on it when it's off the edge of a cliff.
I mean, I was thinking about it, but he said it flew away, so I don't know where it is.
There's a tasty cat right here. So I think it's going to swoop over. It does this kind of like.
I mean, the cat is sick. Like, do you really want to get near a sick cat? Trust me, you don't. Just saying, Mr. Bird. It's not a good idea.
Point. But it is trying to stab its master. So the pteranodon kind of swoops over, but then has to do kind of a scrambling land. You see it starts to fly for just a second, but then has to come back down. You can kind of tell that it has this injury in its wing. But when it comes kind of slamming down there, it begins to peck at Fabian with this long, wicked beak. So this is against your flat-footed AC, Fabian. So beak 1.
Flat-footed second AC.
Flat-foot second AC is a 24 against you?
Yes.
Okay.
It would have hit me if I wasn't sick or flat-footed or flanked
So
or
that's,
all of the things.
Yep. So that's 12 points of piercing damage to you. And then it'll do it again for another 24 to hit. This time only
That'll
6 points of piercing damage. So Fabian gets pecked from behind as this dinosaur comes in for the kill. But then that will be the end of its turn. So we're back to Kavnakash.
You know what I would do?
Getting up on his goals and techniques.
Run away. Jump off the tower.
He's craven.
I'm waiting for him to do some bullshit like climb on top of the pteranodon or something like that.
Ride around. The
Oh,
Pteranodon
please.
also has fire breath and frightful presence or something.
Flee on it.
No. It's going to turn. Fabian kind of crumples beneath the Pteranodon's strikes. Turns to Petra. The energy quaking along her sword. You see this energy go into his hammer, lighting it up with this dark, necrotic force. And goes to just slam this hammer down upon Petra. So he's doing that. And then he's doing this. Let's see what happens.
Give a cool particle effect for this. It's a crit.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
A max damage crit, isn't it?
I swear to God.
Hang on a second, I have to do some math real quick.
Your goal is just
Oh my God.
like kill Petra outright.
Between the impact of the hammer and the necrotic energy of the harm spell channeled into it,
Oof.
Petra takes... Double check on my calculator just to be sure.
Mainly so Sarah doesn't, like, throw you off the balcony or something.
Petra takes 56 points of damage
I'm
and
down.
dies instantly.
Yep. I knew you were gonna kill her. I knew you were gonna kill her. I knew it. We didn't talk about this. Damn it.
The
I
hammer
knew
of
it.
Kavnakash slams into Petra's chest, sending her careening over Marion, flying back down the stairs, crumpled again and again. Marion takes some small solace from it in seeing Petra felled by Kavnakash.
This is the first character of mine you've killed. I hope you're proud of yourself.
Zolgath roars. The skies darken just a bit.
Petra had so
Shadow
much
lings
more
over
to give.
Petra.
Victor
Horatio.
Volcano's gonna be so
Oh.
upset.
He does take bleeding damage.
Yeah, he does.
I'm assuming shield would not have saved me, right?
No.
Not from the
Yeah,
critical
didn't think
hit.
so.
Yeah, if you got a hit play, that doesn't stop that.
He is bloodied from the bleeding damage.
At least that's something.
Bloody from the bleeding damage.
Yeah, he'll make his flat check. Still bleeding. Horatio.
I'm gonna stare Petra. Forward. And I want this guy to die.
I
So
mean,
I'm-
yeah,
Avenge me!
Going
if it's a
to
lethal, like,
cast-
bludgeoning hit, it's gotta look horrible, right?
and negative damage. Like,
Yeah, it's gotta look
As the
like
life force
her,
is drained from her. Yeah.
not to, be gruesome, but it's gotta look like
Her head is a crushed in skull with no
Yeah.
flesh, something like that.
Anyone here seen
sudden bolt.
Invincible?
Burst open chest cavity.
Seen what?
Invincible?
No.
Not yet.
I was on my list to see, I think.
Well,
Out of vengeance,
Yeah,
Horatio steps forward up the stairs and unleashes all of the lightning from him, shooting into Kavnakash, who makes a reflex save. He does succeed, but still takes 12 points of lightning damage. Roars out in pain. Fabian.
Okay. I will attempt to faint Kavnakash.
Alrighty. That's against perception DC.
I believe.
That is a success.
Okay. And I will remind you of all of the
All the horrible things you have when he's flat-footed to you.
all of these things.
Alright.
And then I will strike -1. Oh, that's not good enough.
Distracted at seeing Petey fall, you go to strike with the rapier, but he manages to use this massive hammer to parry it out of the way.
And then I'm gonna get out of here.
good plan, good plan.
I'm gonna go over here.
Alright, you run away. Faith.
I'm gonna take some revenge on Kalashnikov,
Yeah, make it with the rifle, yeah.
and I'm gonna punch him.
Bow! Yeah, that 22 will hit. Oof!
16 points of force damage.
16 points of damage. He is looking rough after that. You just hit him right across
Try
the
a
face.
Second time.
11
probably misses.
With that one, he just kind of presses your face away from him. Ow!
Gonna spin around and try a kick.
He parries the kick with the hammer. Boom! Sting it to the side.
I'm gonna third action, just try one more time. 19 doesn't quite get there, does it?
19 just grabs the
He is
fist.
Flat-footed.
I think
Because Arashik stood up.
Feint. Oh, you are flanking. That's right.
Yeah.
So a 19 still isn't quite enough. It just misses, so he just barely gets out of the way. It's like a grazing blow past him.
Yeah, that's what I figured. But I'm gonna
Yeah.
stay here so Arashik can get his flanking. And I'll be done.
Okay. Oarshisk.
We're just gonna lay into him.
Oh shit, yeah, you are.
So 12
Shit.
damage.
The anger of the lizard folk as he comes in and just sends the claws skewering into Kavnakash's back in vengeance for Petra. Because he had 12 hit points left.
Yeah, get him.
Skewer into the back of Kavnakash through claws. He holds the hammer, glowing, trying to channel the last of his will into it. Seth. Coffin. Sam. The hammer clatters to the ground. As he would draw the claws, Kavnakash goes down to his knees and falls. Down.
I'm gonna leap over to the bird and just. I'm gonna try to trip it, I guess, because it tries to fly, so I can trip it.
Can't
Sure.
fly as far.
Minus.
Against its reflex DC? Yeah, that will do it. You kind of send it, taking advantage of its injured wing, you just send it crashing down to the ground.
That's my turn.
Alright. Marion.
Marion just screams and shoots arrows.
Oof. Yeah, it's 12 points of damage on the first one. The next one goes wide, and so does the last one. But the first one does strike and hit hard against the downed Pteranodon. Alright. The Pteranodon will get up, climbing to its feet, and lash out at Oarshisk, standing there. The beak goes out twice. 14 probably misses.
Yep, nope, that does not hit.
And a 14 again. Snaps
Nope.
once, then twice, but does not find purchase on Oarshisk. Horatio.
I will. So. Yeah, that's good. I will. Yeah. I'll move here and then cast Produce Flame.
A 15 will not quite be enough. The flame soars over the Pteranodon, not quite striking it. Fabian.
Okay, want to try to retch this illness away.
Alright, no circumstance penalty since Kavnakash has been destroyed, so just a straight fortitude save. Ah!
Oh.
Cannot quite
I
get rid of it.
I am going to use an action to switch to my short bow, and I'm going to try and shoot him once.
Sure.
Let me just put 1 is the short bow. Goes to -10. Okay, and then I will try to shoot him once with my short bow. And that will not work.
Nope, just too much going on, too distracted to quite get a bow off on the Strandon. Faith.
I'm gonna move to here. Is that flanking? I never
Yes, it
know how
is.
flanking works on big things. And I'm just gonna punch it a bunch.
Punch a bunch.
Punch number 1. Haha!
A critical punch. You do manage to hit this creature hard, cracking a few of its bones as you do so.
Punch him again. Flanking.
Because you are flanking, that will hit for 4 more points of damage.
And third punching. Also hits. Haha!
6 more points
Stupid
of
bird.
damage. With that, Faith, are you doing this lethally or not?
Non-lethally. I'm non-lethally punching this bird.
All right. You knock the bird out.
Unconscious bird.
As this pteranodon dinosaur is destroyed.
You said it was injured before we started fighting it.
Yes.
Can I tell if that injury was... Can I identify that injury as opposed to the ones we yelled into it? I guess is my question.
Yes. You start to look. I'll make a quick medicine check for you. Yeah, you can tell that it had a previous injury to its wing that inhibited it from flying very far. It seemed like...
Can I tell if it was because the animal was abused or if it's just like a...
No, it seemed like a accidental injury or something like that. Doesn't have like, bruised like marks over its face or anything. Although it does have its like nostrils, like these black marks around the nostrils. But other than that, it seems fine. So Faith, always tender and caring and looking after things, just immediately takes a moment to kind of analyze the animal as the rest of you gather.
I had this whole plan to try and heal the bird while we were fighting the other guy, but didn't really. So he would like join us and fight against its evil master. That was where I was going with this. Obviously, it didn't work that way.
It's interesting as you start to think about healing, because though you all are distraught, looking left and right, wondering what's gone on, Petey, there's something that happens here. You see the light of this orb begin to pass a bit closer to you all. It illuminates over you. Some of you, your face is streaked with grime and blood, looking over the fallen Petra. And this orb begins to glow just a little bit brighter. And from the orb come these motes of light that begin descending toward you. And as these motes approach, they have this sort of like reflection and shimmer to them, that you see your own reflection distorted as through a fisheye lens. But you can see yourself in these orbs of light as they come very gently floating down and just pass through you. And though you're obviously sad, upset about what has happened, there's just a moment of peace and soothing energy that washes over you. Just some kind of sense that it's going to be okay. This feeling only lasts for a few seconds, but you can tell it has touched you, that something from this orb has reached out and given you something. And you feel this tether, like far off lighthouses, these other tiny distant points of light far in the distance toward the south. as if the orb is reflecting these other points of light to you. As this happens, the orb returns back to its orbit, slowly and lazily going around the top of the tower. As you all gain something that you don't quite understand, the reflection of life, a bit of magic that can help you on the journey ahead.
Shit.
Oh, gosh. There's like, it's pretty clear, I assume, that she is not gonna get up.
As you all look down.
Dead.
I'm just gonna turn away for a second.
I sit down on the steps and I'm just sort of staring first at her and then at the wall.
How long has it? We've probably known each other for like 3 or 4 years, right?
Yeah, about that time or so.
Especially those of you who are in the other circus.
Yeah, Faith more recently. Just been
Right.
like 2 weeks for Faith, right?
It's been a very dramatic couple of weeks though. Like
Yeah, very
I don't know.
tumultuous.
I don't know how you guys could stand being this for so long. Like it's exhausting. I guess I could do a medicine check, but I know it's beyond hope.
What happens to my shadow when I die?
Pretty sure it haunts us.
That's a question for you. Because
It keeps bugging Marion.
Well,
It follows around, but only Marion can see it.
Marion did use a special ability.
Yeah.
When Petra expired.
whoops. Okay.
I'm just gonna ask, like, I thought leaving the Celestial Menagerie, we were going to be done with just the pain and sadness.
Yeah, well, we didn't exactly account for epic destinies. Now, did we?
Is that what this is?
This motherfucker ended up with 2 of them, so how do you think I feel? Yeah, I'm gonna kick rocks.
Suffering can follow you anywhere. That's...
I mean, was it naive to expect that everything was going to be all better after we left?
It has been, so far. What would she want us to do you think? We should...
Can't leave her here. We have to.
No.
Gods, we should tell Victor. We have to tell him.
I mean, were they that close? Would she want that?
She came here to get away from him. I don't know.
Maybe just as a courtesy, I suppose.
Sometimes you leave people behind even though you still love them. And I think that's what she did. And I know she was thinking about going back or inviting him to come here with us. But we can't bury her or burn her or whatever. I don't know anything about her family traditions. It wouldn't be right to do it without him.
Has she ever spoken of family? Do we know if she has any living family that?
Um, well, I feel like I would have talked about my abusive uncle and that my parents were dead. Like, I probably would have told at least the people that that I had been around with for a while. So, and that's why I was ended up at the circus because I ran away from my uncle. Well, I killed him and ran away. And that's why I have a shadow. That the shadow came once I did that. So you guys know that I don't really have anyone. Victor was like the closest person that I had besides my fellow circus people, even though it was like a very love-hate thing.
As rocky as it was, we were the closest thing she had to a family.
Yeah. I had hoped that getting involved with all this would lead to this. I hope we did what we were supposed to do, or the right thing.
Well, the Aeon, I don't want to say stone, orb seems to be better.
We know.
How's the weather?
The weather's fine.
It's a nice. Well,
it still
some
raining?
clouds. No, it's not. It's a nice. It was never raining outside.
Well, I mean, in the inside, is it raining still in the inside?
No, it's
The ceiling's not dripping anymore. The ceiling that's over us.
nope.
We don't
It's
even
a nice
know.
morning.
We don't even know if we solved anything. If coming up here actually did anything.
I mean, you felt the same thing we did.
Yeah, but I don't know what that means.
I guess we just have to have faith.
We always have faith. We can't get rid of her.
That's right. Never will.
She's the healer.
All right, come on. We're going to figure this out tomorrow.
I mean, Horatio, can you tell anything different with this magic stone? Or Marion? Or
Yeah,
anybody?
can I tell anything about the orb? Or its power level or anything?
It's over 9,000.
Are you casting detect magic or read aura or anything like that on it?
Yeah, I'll do both of those.
Okay. It is. You detect the presence of magic. Yes.
Wow, you could tell it was magic. That's
Yeah.
really amazing.
So you do that, and then you try to read the Aeon Orb's aura.
Personal rain cloud is evocation if it helps.
Well, the thing about this
It's all schools of magic.
is maybe not all of them, but it is multiple schools of magic and in much more powerful degrees than you have ever even imagined. There is a power and a potency contained within this that is hard to fathom and hard to understand. It's almost too much to kind of look and think about. You get the sense of this, like, this crazy potential, but then also this fading, this kind of like the outer layers of something dying off and being cast away, kind of like this decay to it. But as far as anything beyond that, it is beyond comprehension.
I really could believe this thing was created by a god. I've never seen anything like this.
Does it feel different than when you checked when we were at the base of the tower? I guess the range of your spell's only 30 feet. Maybe you couldn't tell.
Yeah, you are high up in the air.
But it's a very big orb.
It's
Or a
big.
very big
Oh.
aura, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't just affect 30 with the immediate area. It affects all around us.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's quite a thing.
Let's take this asshole's shit. Maybe
Oh,
kick
yeah.
him off the tower for good measure, and then see if we can put together something to carry her back.
I mean, I could probably
Yep.
just carry her.
Well, to that end, I was gonna get her backpack and see if she had a bedroll in there, and fashion a lean-to out of that.
Make a stretcher.
Yeah, stretcher. That's what I mean. Not a lean-to. A lean-to is like a tent.
Sure, you.
I mean,
too
but
big.
I have a tent, so we can use my tent poles plus her
Bedroll.
bedroll to make a what's the word
Stretcher.
again? Stretcher. A lean-to, right? We're making a lean-to.
We don't need a lean-to. We have a tent.
Okay, so I'll set up my tent. I guess we're staying here tonight. I'm confused.
On Kavnakash, you find obviously the maul he was wielding is potent. There's a wooden religious symbol tied around his neck. He's wearing scale mail armor, and there is a wand tucked in his side that he didn't get to use.
Oh, shame.
Shame.
Can I identify either the wand or the maul? And the holy symbol to Marion. Know whose this is.
I'll roll that with a +7.
All right, Marion. As Horatio identifies the items, Marion, I mean, he shouted it a few times, and looking from the kind of grotesque nature of it, the demon lord Zev Gavazeb would be your best guess.
What was that word?
Zev Gavazeb.
Zeb Gabba Zeb is dead, baby.
Should we let the Archdruid know that we've cleared this place? Maybe even bring him here to investigate?
Well,
There are still some dinosaurs that are alive, and we never went south to explore the rest of level 2. I don't want to be racist, but I was expecting like a human or something to be in charge of them, or a demon, not just more of these whatchamacallits.
Troglodytes.
aka
Troglodytes.
Zolgaths.
Soul gas.
Horatio, you finished identifying the items. The maul he had is a +1 striking maul. So, not in addition to having a +1 to attack rolls, it does an extra damage dice of damage. So there's a bit of bitterness to it. The wand he had, which you probably should have tried to use, is a wand of heal. It's 2nd level. It's a wand that contains a use of the level of the spell heal, cast at 2nd level. Uses your statistics. You can use it once per day, but if you can also try to overcharge it and use it again, but then might break it or destroy it.
What
Toss
was
the
that?
wand to Marion.
Yep, I'll take that.
What was that wall again?
It's a +1 striking maul. So instead of the maul's normal damage die, which is 1d12, it does 2d12.
I see.
Where did the necrotic damage come from?
He's a magus.
Yeah,
Or-
you cast harm.
Yeah.
It casts
Oh,
a
yeah,
or-
that's
harm
what it was.
spell. It's Specifically with
Is there like
Channel
a-
Smite.
Oh.
Petra was smote.
Smitten.
Smitten.
She got smoted pretty good.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage.
Oh, that makes him a cleric
That would make sense
Doesn't
with the holy
it?
symbol.
and a wand of heal.
Do you have to be a cleric to use a wand of heal?
It has to be on your spell list, so you have to be.
Oh.
Yeah, you have to have the divine or the
primal?
primal list. Yeah.
So
Well, I guess we know where the demons were coming from. This asshole and his demon god.
but killing him isn't gonna fix the problem, is it? It wouldn't be that easy.
I
What?
think we probably need to check the other towers. If this one's failing, maybe the others are too, or maybe they'll find a way. Maybe one of them holds some secret to reinstating this one or all of them.
But that's just a guess, right?
We can't exactly pray to their creator, can we? I don't suppose Iomede's in the business of cleaning up all of Eridan's methods. Fading magic from centuries ago. Millennia ago. However long this damn thing was built.
So what do we do now?
We're gonna have a funeral.
Here?
No, not here.
No,
We gotta bring Victor.
take her back to the circus.
Besides, everyone's going to want to mourn her.
I mean, we also have Myron too, right?
Oh, we already buried him.
No, we were making preparations. I mean, it's only been like 3 days or 4 days or
Almost
something.
a week.
We can
So
just
it's,
have a fun funeral.
they can have a double funeral. Go ahead and knock both those out at the same time. Save us some time.
They didn't hate each other, so I don't guess it's disrespectful. If nobody objects, I'm going to grab the body. I'm going to unceremoniously toss it off the side.
The tower's
That
kind of
is
sloped a
gonna
little bit,
stink.
so yeah, it smells real
Good.
bad. So you just
Good.
And I'm gonna start carrying Petra, I guess. I guess if we made a stretcher, then 2 people will do it.
Orcisk. I have a way that would make this easier.
I can carry
Gotta
the other
jump
half.
off the side.
What now?
What now?
Featherfall? Is that what you're thinking?
It would certainly make the chip easier.
Do I trust magic that much?
How high are we?
Like
about
200 feet?
200 feet up in the air.
Oh yeah, no, that's totally fine.
We fell for more than a minute or something like that.
This is just gonna be my hey, we beat the boss. 2 people can skydive. Let's roll for it because I can do it if I haven't used my thing. I can do it twice. Yeah, just jump off.
Do we not want to poke around the rest of the tower and make sure that there's nothing else going on around here?
I've known Horatio for a while, right? How long have I known Horatio for?
I don't know that
2 years,
Horatio's been around the circus. Horatio kind of came back at some point to the circus, right? I think like
I
he left for a
came-
while, then came back.
Marion was at the circus first,
Yeah.
and I came to join Marion. So not as long as him.
Yeah, not as long, but it's been a couple years at least.
I'm gonna look at Marion. I'm not gonna say anything, but like, this is not crazy. It's crazy.
Marion just stares back at you.
I mean, no crazier than anything else we've done.
You do probably want to jump as far as you can, though. Get as much clearance of those sides. Don't want to bang into them.
The only failure of long jumping is just a regular jump, right?
If you critically fail, you leap normally, then fall prone.
But featherfall wouldn't matter, right?
I mean, you're gonna be falling apart no matter what. I
You'd go
think.
like face first, kind of down toward the ground.
Belly flop.
Yeah, pretty much.
I will just walk right up to the edge.
So, Oartius, are you carrying Petra and floating down
Sure.
the tower?
Sure.
All right.
Marion will get the other end.
Gosh. This is a long way up. I mean, I'd
Are we
like
doing?
I'm entirely
okay,
scared of
hold
height
on.
from 200 feet.
So
is
I
different.
will. I do need to then. Let me burn my.
This is how Orshik dies. He jumps too early.
Ready? I'll say, oh wait, no!
No,
I
no,
will
it's
burn my drain bonded item.
Is it 1, 2, 3 and go, or 1, 2, 3 go?
That'll give me a second casting of Featherfall.
All right.
Man, we were gonna have like a sending off of Petra. She was gonna, go on her way, do some things off screen. Maybe we get a cameo later.
And then I just died. That's why I texted Graham. I was like, "That was anticlimactic." Well, I mean, I guess it was very climactic. She died, but I
Not
was
in the way you wanted it to be.
like, "Damn it!"
Unexpected.
After all the ridiculous high damage crits she did, she then died to one.
I even was like, you know what? I'm gonna regret not doing shield and going just straight up. Maybe I should have cast a spell. I should have
Yeah.
cast a spell.
Which could have, would have, should have.
Well,
Yeah.
if you hadn't died, there's a good chance that would have been me all squished to pieces.
Yep.
Yeah.
How many hit points is your max?
44. It's more than her
Yeah.
maximum hit points. That's an instant death.
Wait.
This is actually only my second character death ever, so I'm very I like to keep them alive.
Yeah, it's always annoying. It is always annoying.
It's like, damn it.
All right.
Okay, let's go skydiving.
Oartius and Marion leap off of the tower as Horatio casts Featherfall upon you.
Boop.
And with that, floating down, gentle incline, Oartius and Marion carrying Petra go down, down, down. You see them going off the eastern edge, so it's kind of the opposite side of the edge that you entered on, so you don't run into the doorway or anything like that, which is good. Just an easy coast down and landing gently at the bottom. Boop. You see them far, far down below. Faith, Fabian, and Horatio, is your intent to go back down the tower the way you came?
Yeah, I'm just gonna take the stairs.
Yep, let's go meet him.
All right. You head down the stairs,
You can't follow the expert anymore.
going around.
Yeah,
It's a
please
bit
jump
easier
off.
going
Oh, wait.
downstairs, than going upstairs. It takes a little bit of time, but you managed to come down. You reach the bottom of the spiral staircase. Things still a little wet, damp around here. And you go out.
The way we came in.
If you return, so you turn right and go around, basically past where the invisible stalker still is, and past where you fought the gelatinous cube. As you're turning around to go down to the bottom level, you think you hear something off in the corridor. It sounds like a few footsteps, but then it stops. You continue down the stairs.
It's just the three of us. I think we should.
You follow Horatio's lead.
Okay, yep.
Continue down the stairs, a little bit of hustle. Coming down, you see the two remnants of the statues, just ankles now and feet. Going around, back the way you came, past the secret chamber, past a bunch of dead bats, and the remains of the other gelatinous cube. Back up the stairs. The mewling sound the two large dinosaurs off in a pen. As you come out the stairs at the Erran Tower and rejoin everyone.
I want to check on those two dinosaurs.
They seem to be still contained within that pen, the northern area there.
Do they have food?
Yeah, you can tell there's a bit of spoiled meat or something over in the corner. You assume that that's what they're supposed to be eating. One of them kind of goes over and nibbles on it and munches on it, but it's not a lot of food.
I guess I have to do it. I'm gonna open the pens and run away.
So the pens are just like these stacked stones. So you could just try to push them over and then run away if you want to.
Right.
Okay. Sure. You take a moment, kind of push one of them over, and the rest of you see as the dinosaurs kind of realize what's happening and begin trying to stomp out there. You make a break for it and come out of the stairs as these dinosaurs are lumbering around behind you. You see them kind of smash up this little encampment that these Olgaths had made toward the entrance of the tower, and manage to reunite with your friends as you've let the dinosaurs loose within the tower.
Well, I didn't want them to starve to death.
Quite a kind act of faith there. You all spend next few
Also,
hours.
I was hoping that they were vegetarians. But the spoiled meat kind of gave it away that wasn't the case. Maybe they'll like the dead guests.
Yeah, there you go. All is well that ends well.
They seem to not mind
Not really, though.
tasting food.
A few hours later, after a long trek, a long journey, you all return to Aberton, to the big top. Slowly, the camp begins to realize what has happened. People begin to come by and see, and the sadness begins to kind of come out like a cloud, like a miasma. The performers, the roustabouts, the clowns, everyone in the circus just distraught by all this. The professor, who you turn to for guidance, just kind of shakes his head. I'm sorry. This is more than any of us should have to bear. Thunder and fire. The booming, the bright. Those things that draw us, that draw people, stare and wonder. We cannot let this take away who we are. What we do. The joy we can bring to people. The amazement. The shows. Life and laughter. These things cannot be taken from us. We must not let them. We must soldier on. But we will give them a send-off. We will give them a celebration. We will show them what they meant to us. We will make new stars in the sky for the lives that were taken from us. And we will keep performing. We will keep going. You all have had a rough week. You deserve rest. Time to recuperate. But know this, family. We are here for one another. For whatever we need. If you are ready to say something, Victor, you can do so. Kind of parting through the crowd. You see the one, the only, Victor Volcano come up, bidden by a message that Petra had sent to him. Victor Volcano just stares, unsure for a long time of what to say. We had maybe planned of running away, maybe going somewhere. But now that does not make sense. I do not want to run anywhere without beating, without her fire. No. She all saw you as family. She liked you a lot. So I must say sorry for what I have done. The things I tried to do when Mistress Dustlight. I am through with her. For good this time. If you will have me, I would like to stay. You have lost one flame, but I can try to kindle another. But if you do not want me, I understand. I will not hold it against you.
No objections here.
We'll be happy to have you.
With that, preparations are made. And the next day happens to be exactly 1 week since this all started. Myron was destroyed. You do indeed have a double funeral. But as circus folk, it is not this religious procession, flowers and caskets and whatnot. Instead, the professor and other circus members have spent the week preparing. And there is a celebration. A huge feast. Dancing, music, fires, performers, jugglers, acrobats, everyone giving 110%, even more so than they would in a normal show, trying to show how much joy and life these people had in your lives and give them this send out. Some of the people from Aberton kind of come in and look and see and join in the festivities. You're not used to this kind of thing happening, especially on a Sunday, when it's supposed to be a religious day. The Church of Golden Laws sits somewhat empty this day, as the people of Aberton come out to commiserate with you. And when night falls, there is a huge fireworks display over the top, one after another. These flames and sparks light up the night sky above Aberton. It's the send off these two, and they are cremated, their remains, through the flame. Urns prepared, both Myron and Petra. They are tied and secured in the professor's wagon, so they may journey with your circus always. But the last of the fireworks fading in the night sky, that brings us to a close of our first book. The show must go on. Next time, we begin the next chapter of our story. On a sad note, no more Petra. But with the mystery
Here.
of what Erran might have done with these towers, where you might get to learn the legacy of the lost god. Next time on Really Playing Games, the Extinction.
And also bye to Sarah, too.
And
right?
goodbye,
Bye.
Sarah. Bye.
R.I.P. Petra.